Hostile Synergy. Got John Hernandez here with me today.
What's up, yo?
Producer, engineer. Do you do anything else?
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit of an artist as well.
Yes, artist as well. So let's start from the top with where you're from, how you got into it.
Yeah, well, dude, I'm from Miami. I rep Miami. So right here, there, that's my home. That's my country. I don't even consider it part of the freaking US, bro. That place is an alien planet, honestly, with so much culture, food, and talent. Like talent, bro. Oh my God. Like the artists there, like you think the artists in Atlanta and at like Cali or like New York, like, yeah, they're fine. But they kind of do this kind of like the same shit. You know, you go to Nashville, you hear all country. You go to New York, you hear all jazz and rap. And same thing in Atlanta, it's all trap. Bro, you go to Miami, it's fucking everything. It's like, it's house, reggaeton, rap, soul, EDM. The EDM there is crazy. Like, it's crazy. Even Afrobeat. Shout out Paper Water.
So you think they're more diverse and like maybe more original as well?
Hell yeah. Oh my God, dude. Like, people there, they don't only just make like genres too. They merge them. Like, artist, shout out Nori. Nori, man. That man started off as an EDM producer, and he's like rapping over his EDM beats, and even like, you know, like trap, not trap, boom bap beats, and it's like crazy. Or people named Paper Water who started off at EDM, but it's like African inspired, so it's like Afrobeat EDM, or dudes who do like Spanish style drum and bass. Like my friend Pino, it's like, it's nuts.
And do you think that's what made you get into music? Were you born down there?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was born and raised. I'm actually Cuban, just like everyone else in Miami. What's it called? And yeah, no, I really started off because like I went to like an only boys prep, Catholic private school. So there's a bunch of like snobby ass dudes.
Okay. And
I was like slowly getting into music because my friend just put me on J. Cole when I was like, you know, J. Cole, Tyler the Creator. It was nuts. So I gained a lot of appreciation, and I saw all these like preppy dudes, like snobby motherfuckers that we just all hate, starting to make music. And it was bad. Like, it was bad. Like, bro, oh my God. Like, if you're gonna make bad music, don't be entitled. You know, like you can't do that. They
can't go hand in hand.
It can't. Yeah, exactly, bro. So it made me furious. So, and I'm like, bro, like I could do a better job, but like I actually gotta start doing it. Like if I talk my shit, I gotta back it up.
Yeah.
So I started producing, and it became a hobby. And then around that time, my parents got divorced, and they would start fighting a lot. So to get me through that, producing not only became like a hobby, it became kind of like my therapy. You know?
Hell yeah. And how old were you when you started producing?
I was like in the 8th grade. So like 13? Okay. Is that right? 13, 14?
Yeah. 13, you turn like 14, then go to high school.
14 probably. 14.
Yeah. And what kind of DAW were you using at first?
Oh, GarageBand, bro.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, so my high school, or my middle school and high school, they didn't give us textbooks. They didn't give us journals or anything. We had to use an iPad. And on the iPad, there was like
middle school.
Yeah. It was like a 6th. Yeah, it was a 6th through 12th grade school, and they gave us iPads. And I would get bored in class, or I would like, you know, just be bored at home, and you can't get games on the iPad. So I would just make music on it. I would just download GarageBand and just kind of like, you know, just do shit there.
Yeah. And that was like the start of you producing. You didn't have like a computer that you could download some shit on?
I had a computer, but I mostly used it for like, you know, like what a teenager always uses a damn computer for.
Facts.
Yeah.
So you started out on GarageBand. When did you start? Were you self-taught at first? How were you learning? Did you have anyone that you were looking to learn from?
Well, I mean, with GarageBand, like, especially in middle school, high school, I kind of kept it in the down low, like in a secret. So I didn't go to anybody for help. I kind of self-taught everything, but slowly I started meeting more people who made more music. And then, you know, and I met, you know, my friend Pino, who was a badass producer, and I would just watch him work and then take notes. And then he introduced me to my friend Nori, who's like the shit. Like, he's like the Kanye in Miami. Like, that guy's like, no, he's untouchable. Like, that guy's like insane. And what's it called? And like we would collab and we'll make music, and I would just watch him work. like this, like art, like him, like, oh my god, like just his workflow. And I'll be like, yo, so like what plugins are those? Why do you automate this? Why do you do that? He would just give me like little pointers that still, like, I still use it today. It's great.
Hell yeah. And then was that when you maybe switched your DAWs, started trying to take your producing to the next
Yeah,
step?
I mean, I didn't download Logic until I got to college because I was still kind of like scared of my parents knowing that I was making music and like my friends and shit. So I just texted my dad. I'm like, yo, dad, can you send me like $200 for like textbooks? Like, it's for like my Logic textbook, for psych, whatever. So I bet, here you go, puppy. I got you, man. And then then I would download it, and I started using that throughout like my freshman year in college at UCF. And man, like school just felt like background noise at that point because I was so locked into Logic, and I was so like, oh my god, it became such an addiction, like an obsession almost.
Yeah.
Where like, I'll be like, okay, I got to study for like my fucking chem exam, but let me finish this beef though. Let me finish this beat first. Let me finish this beat first.
Yeah. So then, because you're going to school for music now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Full set.
So did you end up just like switching after you were like, school's the background, music is definitely like my obsession and what I want my passion to be?
It was always really a passion, but I wasn't super confident with how the people around me were going to react, really. So throughout the entire time I was making music, my dad didn't really know. Like, he found out maybe this summer. Damn. Like this last summer.
Yeah.
And funny enough, he found out because I told one of my stepmom's friends, and then one of the friends told my dad, and my dad was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is crazy." And then I showed him like one of the songs I made. It's on the EP I have out, Godspeed, and the song is Ethereal Drill. It's like this EDM, ethereal style like drill beat, and it's it's probably my favorite song off that EP. Check it out. Godspeed EP.
John Hernandez.
By John Hernandez.
SoundCloud or
everything. And he heard it and he was like blown. Like, he was like, bro, you make this? Like, you made this? Like, what the hell? And I was telling him how much like I loved it. At one point he goes, bro, like, why don't you do it? He's like, just fucking do it. Like, why not? And I'm like, well, I mean, like, I don't know how you would react. I don't know how how mom would react or whatever. And he goes, dude, I'll support you. Just don't half-ass it. Like, he's like, just don't half-ass it. Don't take it as a hobby. Yeah. Take it as your fucking career. Like achieve it, Like, if you give it your all, you're gonna do something great with it. And yeah.
Putting 100% effort in.
150, bro. At this point. So
did you have any early inspirations when you were starting out?
Definitely Tyler, Creator. Definitely like Tyler or Kanye, but more on the Tyler, Creator, just cause like that man did everything. Like,
and you've said before, I think, talking to me, that you're like a big fan of layers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely something Tyler kind of stands out with.
Dude, so the thing about Tyler and why I got so attached right at so early, and why he was like inspiring me to make music and all that, because his music is him. Like, he is the music and the music is him. And also about how like different it sounds due to his personality being on the fucking song, and due to his he would produce it, or he would try to produce it. He'll have a hand in the production, hand in the mixing, hand in the like, he would rap everything or whatever. And it's kind of like he's creating his own style, his own type of genre, his own type of like I don't know what you like, Igor, like, what the fuck would you call that? Like, I wouldn't know what genre. I guess it's under rap, but I wouldn't call it rap,
Yeah.
And that really, I'm like, damn, I want to be different like that. Like, I want to. Same thing with Kanye West. Like, he would produce his tracks. He would, and he would rap on his shit. But the thing is like, his personality is reflected all around his music.
Yeah.
And I love myself. Like, I really, like, I have such a big ego by now. I just kind of want to reflect that off of my music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So then, do you have a style of music that you kind of prefer over any other?
Dude, that's a fucking great question. Honestly, I don't know, man, because I kind of make everything. And people say they make everything, and they're just like, oh yeah, I make trap, and I make rap, and I make like cloud rap.
Yeah, different types of rap.
Yeah,
I make every kind of rap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I gotta like extend more to different genres, and they go like, oh yeah, instead of like trap, I'll do like I'll do like cloud rap or I'll do like reggaeton or some shit. I'm like, no, bro, I make everything. I make rap, I make house, especially since house is so big in Miami. Like I had to. My dad loves house too. Like, and my dad loves my house, so I get it. So I'll make house, that, reggaeton, I'll make even some samba and some Afrobeat. I've been getting to a lot of Afrobeat lately. And like just really, and I try to get into some jazz. So jazz is very hard with like digital instruments.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my favorite thing to do too is that I don't really settle on one genre. I'm making something and kind of like merge stuff together. Like the other day I made a song. It was like a trap, like it first started off as a trap beat with and it transitioned to an EDM and transitioned right after to a house. So it's like 3 different songs, 3 different layers, 3 different atmospheres, but in one song. And my job is just weave everything together.
So it sounds good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're in a different, space. I feel like how a lot of people slip up, especially when trying to make music, is that they don't take into account like what they're trying to, like what message they're trying to push, or I guess message or kind of atmosphere you're trying to create.
Theme of like
exactly, because like if you just make a rap song, right? Like, all right, what's gonna make them come back to it other than like, oh, it sounds good, Like I remember Tyler Creator had a song, IFHY. It's like I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, oh, the song's alright, like song's whatever. And I didn't really listen to it after until I got my fucking heart broken, but I still wanted her back, and I'm like in my fucking bathroom going, I fucking hate you, but I love you. Like, come on, So if that song didn't have that message, I would never have listened to it,
And you touched on like live recording. Or the fact that you're lacking in certain genres, have you recorded instruments live? Do you have any experience with that?
Not really, bro. I mean, I've been wanting to actually learn how to mix, like mixing, like DJ. Like I have a DJ set, I got gifted a DJ set for my birthday, and I really haven't touched it because I've been so busy producing and mixing, and then producing for other people and producing for myself, and doing all that. And then on the other side of the coin is fucking making the house and trying to like figure out if I want to make a house EP first, or if I want to, have a bunch of artists on my rap beats. Like it's just kind of juggling everything. So I have no time to learn anything, and it sucks,
Do you have, because you seem pretty experienced with music theory, do you know how to play like strings or anything?
Not strings, but like the piano, yeah. Like I'm pretty decent. I'm pretty decent on the keys. I won't lie. But guitar, nah, dog. Like, nah, that's a whole different world. That's a whole different, like even the bass, oh my God. But no, but like the keys is where I really started how to produce, like on the iPad, I just played like the keys there on my GarageBand. And then it turned to me buying a MIDI keyboard for like, like $50 and like small little fucking thing. And now I have this big ass motherfucking piano, and it's like the dream coming true.
Hell yeah. The sounds on that thing sounded fire.
Yeah, on God.
And how much do you think getting like a education in music has progressed your skills?
Oh my God, dude. Like threefold. Like it's nuts. Like I remember a year ago making a beat and being like, bro, this is the best shit I've ever made. Oh my God. Like, dude, this is transcending everything I've ever made. Oh my God, this is great. And I listen to it now and I'm like, why the fuck did I EQ this like that? Or why did I compress this? Or why did I transition this to that? What the fuck? Like, what was I doing? Why was I using these chords? Like, it kind of like, and now I have such a bigger appreciation, not only for music, but for mixing. I didn't know like how much work. Like I know like mixing was, insane job, but like to make it sound professional, like good, like to make like Lil Baby's fucking vocals sound crisp and clean is like mind numbing. Like it's nuts. So I guess like I just like I'm like kind of like a master now. Like I feel like I master my craft. And even when I graduate, I'm gonna be like, damn, like a year ago I was so shit, like, and now I'm a god, like I'm like I feel like an education in music, like if you want to like really take it seriously, as a like a mixing engineer, as a producer, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet. As an artist, I don't know. It's like the artist is kind of depends. It's more like the marketing aspect and like kind of who and all that. Same thing with producing and mixing, but I feel like producing and mixing is way more technical. like being an artist, because the artist is, like you kind of have to figure out your sound and kind of write and sing and whatever. But these motherfuckers are conducting science. It's like like calculating the mass of the sun, bro. Like it's nuts. Like mixing is nuts, bro.
Do you think you'll ever like really truly fully master it, or you think it's always something you're kind of learning more about?
So they say like I forgot the saying. It's like, oh, a dude who does like everything is like a master of none, So I kind of like do everything, like I spit on my tracks, right? Like I have like vocals on my tracks, and you love when I like like I love like layering on my stuff and singing and stuff, but I also love mixing and I love producing on my tracks because everything just sounds like me, everything sounds like my own. And like that Nori dude I was mentioning earlier, who's like the Kanye of Miami.
Yeah.
He mixes, produces, and is on every track he's ever made, or not, or most tracks, And that guy, that sound is him. It's him. And I kind of like chase that. So I'm like, all right, I gotta learn everything. Like I gotta learn everything. Even like if I want to make house music, I gotta learn how to DJ. And if I want to rap, like I remember like when I started making music, I wanted to rap for some odd fucking reason. Like I wanted to rap, so I'm like, all right, I have to learn how to produce. Like I have to, so that it's gonna make me a better rapper. But now I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, now I like producing way more. And then like I'm like, wait, but now I have to learn how to mix in order to produce. But now I'm like, fuck, I'm really good at. I'm better. I think I'm better at mixing than producing. But I don't. It's just kind of like,
yeah,
it's a mess.
Are there any other avenues you'd want to explore in the music making world?
I mean, yeah, like it's DJing. DJing is a big one. I have a lot of connections in Miami. I feel like I can DJ at any club. I mean, not here because they're like full of like lib.
Yeah.
It's like full of like like white drunk college students. I can't. My music is not gonna touch them. But if I go to Miami, hell yeah,
I mean, don't sell yourself short. There's some places downtown that play EDM. I mean, I don't know if that's like house enough. Or...
No, I need like house, bro. I need a house, man. Like I need like groove in my body, which is one thing I kind of I emphasize, right? Especially when music making, groove. People so like groove and flow. People like underestimate that like a shit ton, So, and back to the question, like why I want to do DJing a lot is because I want to make people groove like live. Like I want to see them like that, and while like I see them and I see like what they react to better. If they like this type of bass line or these type of chords, these type of whatever, or these type of vocals, I'm like, bet I'll just use that more, or I just put that more around like all my songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you have any projects coming out soon?
Well, it's weird. It's weird because I have several singles, like several dope ass freaking singles on myself. One of them I think I showed you. I sampled freaking Ruben Blades and like some salsa and Willie Colon, and that shit, is immaculate. And I have like a couple I have a couple of songs that range from some rap to EDM to house to even some reggaeton drums in there. But at the same time, I have so much house music unreleased that is like that I still play every time I go to the gym, or every time I'm in my car, or every time I just want to dance. I'll play my own house music. I'm like, man, I have to freaking release this, bro. So I don't really know. I mean, I might release a couple like singles on myself and a couple like house singles, or maybe just one long house EP, like maybe like an hour long, like an hour and a half, like a set. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, like maybe like probably like a set and then like a couple singles.
Hell yeah. I think definitely dropping a set would be a good start if you're trying to get into the DJing too, because then people have a place to go listen to one of your mixes.
Oh, most definitely, dude.
Are dream collaborations at all?
Oh man, honestly, I tell anybody. So I tell like all my producer friends, I'm like, so like, and a lot of the ethereal ass like EDM projects I make, or ethereal ass house beats I make, I'm like, man, this is missing one thing. That's like female vocals. So if I can work with a Sade or a SZA or a Pink Panthers, or like I have a girl like that. Like shout out Pierre Angela, good freaking friend of mine, but she's in Boston, man. So I'm telling any of my producers, I'm like, bro, you find a female vocalist who's like good, who's good, and not just pretty, like good.
Do you just need like someone who could write to, or just vocals and you'll write?
Vocals, or I can do both. Yeah, I would rather me write though. But like,
you'd rather write? Well, I know a vocalist. You could try him out.
Yeah, like I tell my producer friends, I'm like, bro, bring me a female vocalist, or even a male vocalist, but preferably a female vocalist. I'll make them famous. Like I'll make them their best song. Okay, like I'll make them their best grooviest fucking song that people are gonna fucking play for like ages. Like, dude, like I'm so confident in that. I'm so confident in saying that. Like it's nuts.
So it's probably like your initial like goal collaborator right now.
Yeah, man. And I know vocalists, but they're just not in Orlando. Like, which sucks. Like, I'll go to like I meet like a lot of artists from Full Sail, and they're all like pretty solid artists, but they're not as weird and as experimental as like I am, or like the people in Miami. Like the people in Miami, again, they love experimenting, they love mixing genres, they love like like just trying new shit and making it sound good, and the people here, they're like, oh yeah, like it's not all the same, like they don't all sound the same, but it's kind of like I've kind of already heard it.
Yeah,
they don't strive to be different, they just kind of strive to be good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for it to be like listenable.
Yeah, exactly. Which like at some point, like like NBA YoungBoy, like
progress your sound, like do you not get tired of that?
Exactly. Like with the NBA YoungBoy, bro, at least to me, I know people are gonna shoot me, but like most of his tracks kind of just sound the same.
No cap. Like
they sound the same. He says the same shit with the same type of beats, with this maybe not the same type of flow, just like everything. And it's like, how do you go back to that? Like when you already know you're expecting something.
Yeah.
Like that's like a lot of artists these days, and I noticed that a lot of artists even here in Orlando. But then I go back to Miami, and then I'll listen to someone's album there, and like one song is completely different from the other song, or one song is like a way different genre than the other one, or like even with Tyler, Tyler Creator, like Goblin sounds way more different than Igor, or Flower Boy sounds way more different than like Cherry Bomb, like. It's just everything is, how he just, or like even Kanye too. Like Yeezus sounds way more different from fucking Graduation, and Last Registration sounds way more different than like Life of Pablo or like Donda, Like I feel like if you don't have that as an artist, then like I don't know, like I feel like you just get bored. Like you just get so bored, you just do nothing,
Is there any like memories you have from being in Miami that gave you like the appreciation for that different sound, or just the environment growing up there?
Definitely going to so my dad always told me, like my dad he used to DJ, and my dad used to club promote, so he was all around house music and he loved that shit, and he would play it all the time when I was little around or like in the car, and I would hate it. Really? I would be like, dude, this is so repetitive. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to, whatever, like I just don't want to listen to this anymore. And he's like, Papi, you're going to appreciate it more when there's when they're playing it live, you're there and you have like alcohol in your system and you're just really you're feeling the music. And two, the finest girl you ever see is going to be grinding on you during it. Like, and which that moment happened. That moment happened like during the summer. And it's like basically like that Miami sound, that Miami music touches so many different people and creates so many different memories. Like there's this dude named this duo, it's Afro like EDM type thing. It's called Paper Water. They did a show in a freaking museum in Miami, and like just live set of like mixing and like creating shit and like synthesizing, and it's dope.
That sounds fire. Like,
bro, like with all the people there just vibing and grooving and shit. And like, I'm like, dude, I want to do that. Like, I want to do that. I want to give people memories, just like how they gave me happy memories from me in Miami.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I can go on and on about it, honestly.
But is that like a main reason for making